Hey everybody, Michael Snyder at California Weather Watch. Today is February 26th, and right now we are looking at the infrared satellite imagery. This energy out here is going to be the cutoff low that approaches the coastline, and it's going to tease us up with some precipitation here. And then there's going to be another system that quickly follows up behind that. So we do have some chances coming up here for some rainfall for some of California. We'll also take a look at the extended forecast, which looks like it may remain somewhat on the active side. We're only in late February here. We can be quite active through March and into portions of April, as many of you know that have lived across the state for any given period of time. But if we take a look at the visible satellite, you can see largely clear of the marine layer until you get down towards Los Angeles, Orange, and San Diego counties here, towards Ventura as well. And yeah, you can see the marine layer kind of bouncing around the coastal areas as we speak right now. And there's the beginning of our cutoff low approaching from the west. And if you want a nice affordable home weather station, record all this crazy weather we get here in the state of California, click on that link down below. Help support the channel, 10% off. Now, Los Angeles, California, that marine weather statement is for that marine layer out there. There's still some high surf advisories out there as well, and some dense fog advisories along the immediate coastline also. And if we look at San Francisco, there's that the blue color there, the turquoise or whatever, aqua color there, beach hazard statements for some areas north of the Bay Area. And this kind of highlights that the moderate risk for sneaker waves. This is for the day tomorrow on Thursday, February 27th. Now, weekend snow potential here. So what we know is snow levels generally around 5 to 6 on Sunday, falling 4 to 5 by Monday. Heaviest snowfall expected above 6,000 feet. We're still looking for the exact timing of this system, but I'll show you the latest on that here in a moment. And record watch, check it out, Fresno. This is for Thursday, by the way. This is Fresno, 25%, Hanford, 15%, Bakersfield, 60%. The record high is 83, set back in 1980. Madera, 78, 20% chance of breaking that. And Merced, 77, 20% chance of breaking that. So nice graphic here from the National Weather Service, Hanford, California. Abnormally warm this week. Chance of reaching 90 in Phoenix. Check it out. Wednesday, today, 60%, 25 Thursday and Friday. Then we drop it back down here. But you can see places like El Centro, California, 91 today. Look at Blythe, 90, Yuma, 91. And you can see Phoenix just below their record highs for this time of year up until this upcoming weekend. Now, looking at 500 millibars, 18,000 feet, what this chart or this image is showing you here is the general ridge and trough positions. And when we look at it about halfway up in the atmosphere, it gives us a good idea of what kind of weather we can expect. Big ridge up across Pacific Northwest through portions of this week. And then you see our cutoff low creeping towards us here. And models typically and historically have a very difficult time predicting just how much precipitation these storms can create. And on the high side of things, you can get thunderstorm activity from this, and you can get some precipitation and some gusty winds. And on the low side of things, it can produce very little precipitation. But the good news is we do have another system following that up as we go through the upcoming weekend. That one's going to bring probably better chances for some widespread precipitation, especially central and northern California, but again, could include southern California with that system also. Transient ridges there. Another system comes through next week. Thumbs up for that. We need the precipitation. Hopefully that brings some down to southern California as well. Then the Gulf of Alaska trough looks like it's active during periods of March as well. And hopefully some of these systems, as this one, would be quite the dynamic weather maker here for some of the state of California as well. So good sign seeing those some of that in the extended forecast. Now, if we take a look at the artificial intelligence European model, here's that cutoff low, and you see it's just dancing off the coastline, but then it starts to kick off some precipitation. Cannot rule out thunderstorm activity or even some mountain snow with that at the higher terrain. But again, we have to wait till we get a little bit closer. It's going to be interesting to see what the high-resolution models say as this does get closer as far as how much precipitation is going to occur with it. And then that next frontal system is hot on its heels, and you can see, again, better chances for widespread precipitation across the state. Not a lot of it, but at least it's something. And then we have this system lurking out here as we go through next week as well. We continue off through the extended, little bit of a break, and then maybe a more dynamic system off into the future. Who knows? That's all the way out towards March 10th looking there. And this is the total precipitation on that same run, the European Artificial Intelligence as of last night. Through the next 15 days, it does show those precipitation chances. So again, we'll be breaking those systems down day by day as we get closer. And tomorrow, we're going to take a closer look at the high-resolution models on just exactly what they are showing for precipitation potential across Southern California. Now, the North American model, I also wanted to point this out. You can see we've got some gusty winds today across the portions of the desert, and then you see them start to pick up as we go through tonight, and then that starts to push out of the northeast here across portions of Southern California. It could get, a moderate Santa Ana wind event out of this. So the models have uptrended here a little bit. So watch out for this. Again, as we go through tonight, I'll back up here. This is about 7 p.m. tonight. The winds start to get going. And then as we go through tonight, the overnight hours into tomorrow, Thursday, the windiest day there, as you see the northeast winds clearly in place as we go through Thursday evening, kind of remaining there through some of Thursday night into Friday morning as well for the finally start to wane. And since we're here, we're just going to do this just for the heck of it as well. We're going to look at 6-hour precipitation type, and we're going to watch this cutoff low here for a second because we should be in range to see it off the coastline. So there it goes. You can see the low pressure center. It's really not making much of a dent there on the surface as far as pressure is concerned, but you see it does have some precipitation with it. And again, we'll watch this tomorrow and we'll see what kind of forcing can happen with this and what kind of instability will be arriving with this system. We can also check surface cape. There is some instability it will be working with here. So we'll watch that again tomorrow. We'll have some better information for you on that. And if we look at accumulated 10-meter max wind gusts, again, tonight and tomorrow being the windiest days, you can see those gusts kicking up over 50 miles per hour for some of the wind-prone areas, typical Santa Ana wind event here, and some of the desert areas getting quite blustery as well, even up towards some of the transverse range off into some of the portions of the San Joaquin Valley also. Now, just a reminder here that we are still in February and March, and as these systems roll through here, they will have some wave action, so just be sure to check before you go. Watch out for those sneaker waves. Don't turn your back on the ocean. You see as we go through this weekend, another nice bump of some wave action there, a little bit of a break, but then additional systems after that, keeping some of that wave action going as we go off into the extended forecast. Now, taking a look at the temperatures today, this is Wednesday today. Look at this, a lot of 70s up and down the valley areas, all the way up north of the Bay Area as well. Some pretty warm conditions across Southern California, the desert areas as well. There's Thursday, even warmer across the Sacramento Valley, San Joaquin Valley. Friday, tiny bit of a cool down, but still plenty warm across much of the region. Then we start to cool things down as we go through the weekend, and some systems will be arriving. And you can see, definitely going to feel that pattern change coming up here. 6 to 10 day, nice signal there for California above. There's the below normal signal through March 7th. And again, the West Coast above on the 8 to 14 day. Thumbs up for that. And below normal conditions, temperature-wise, expected through March 11th. And this is updated here as of yesterday, average temperature departure from average. And you can see virtually the entire state of California has been above average, as has the entire Southwest. And you can see that we do have a little bit of sliver there across Southern California and northern that's been below. Precipitation, you guys have been hearing me talk about this. Big differences between what's happened in Northern California versus across the Southwest and Southern California. So anyway, hope you guys are enjoying the channel. Click like and subscribe. We will do this all again tomorrow and break down these systems, and I will talk to you guys then.